I mean, I know the pitchers have had something in it for the bowlers, but Rohit's top score was 76 runs. So maybe they're playing a little bit on some fragility, England's top order, in terms of their confidence.
Yeah, I think both sides really have to kind of think about how they're going to play this out in the one-day series. England have a very set pattern of play in terms of smacking it, in terms of being ultra-aggressive. India has probably adopted a similar approach, but then you've also got to make adjustments for the reality of the day and what's happening in the series. So they need to be a little bit mindful in terms of being smart as to how they approach it. Make sure they're positive, they have those aggressive intents going, but understand when to absorb the pressure and then when to try and reverse it. I think that's going to be the key in building partnerships and longer batting innings, because on wickets like this, with squares like this, the opportunity to score runs comes throughout an innings. You just need a foundation.
It's been abused by Manchester's finest, Jimmy Anderson, who's taken the mickey out of it. In terms of today, though, it's not a World Cup final, but it is England against India, and this is the decider. What do you find out about players in these sort of situations?
I think throughout the day there's different moments in the game, some more important than others. It's recognising those big moments in the game and then trying to get your most experienced guys in that position. Today isn't a day where you expose a lot of your inexperience. Today's a day you master that experience by producing it and using the nows on this ground to try and get your team over the line.
When you were in big games, when you looked around the dressing room, were you looking for players to be exactly the same as they had been up to that point? Or do players naturally change because the pressure is on?
I think they naturally change. The key is not to restrict that, but to accept it. And to accept it before you actually get into the dressing room on the day of the final. Everyone has different pressures on them, and the way they think is very different. But the less and less you try to move away and ignore the fact that it's a big game, that it's a final, the more and more you put yourself under pressure. Just accept it. Just let it out. Talk to your friends, talk to your team, talk it out. And once you kind of accept the pressure of a final, accept the occasion of a final, and then you have space to center back onto what you do best in terms of skill. Because at the end of the day, irrespective of the occasion, the final question you have to answer when you're out in the middle, ball after ball, is what does my side require of me to do this particular delivery? As long as you can keep answering that question, it lessens the pressure, keeps you focused, and allows you to do the best with the skill that you have.
Well, England levelled the series at the home of the cricket, mainly down to this man.
That's a good delivery as well. Was there inside edge there? It's been given out.